Arizona is a community property state, with its own distinct rules that differ from California and Texas. If you're dealing with marital property in Arizona, the details matter. I'm with peoplelocatorskiptracing.com, and we work Arizona marital property cases regularly. Here's the framework. Community property in Arizona is anything acquired during marriage by either spouse from the labor of either, regardless of whose name is on the title. Wages, retirement contributions, real estate purchases, business growth, all community. Separate property is what each spouse brought into the marriage, plus gifts and inheritances received during marriage. The burden of proving separate character is on the spouse claiming it. Once separate property is commingled with community, for example, deposited into a joint account, it can lose its separate character. In divorce, community property is divided equitably, which Arizona courts treat as roughly 50-50 in most cases. Separate property remains with the spouse who owns it. For debt collection, community property is reachable for community debts. Both spouses are jointly liable for community debts, even if only one spouse signed the contract, unless that contract had a clause limiting it to one spouse's separate property. A unique Arizona feature. Arizona allows the marital community to be sued, and a community debt can result in a community judgment that attaches to community property of either spouse. But a separate debt, a debt incurred before marriage, or for one spouse's individual purposes, cannot reach the other spouse's share of community property. The homestead exemption is $400,000 for an individual debtor's primary residence, which can be claimed by the spouse using the property as a homestead. Disclosure of separate property at the start of marriage and during it is critical. In Arizona, undisclosed transfers between spouses can be challenged later. Each spouse has fiduciary duties to the other regarding community property management. Premarital and postmarital agreements can change the default community property rules but must comply with Arizona's statutory requirements. For professional asset searches and marital property investigations in Arizona, visit peoplelocatorskiptracing.com. 20 years of helping navigate community property complexities.